Hello, Collective. I am coming on here today to give you a message with one tarot card for today. So, if this comes across your feed, the message was meant for you. Today is Tuesday, December 9th. So, I hope this message finds you in divine timing. And if you are open to receiving the message, continue to watch. If not, scroll past. Continue on with your day. But at this time, I'm just setting my intention to just pull one card for the collective and see what Spirit has for you for today. And for those of you that are wondering, I'm using Mystic Monday Tarot, one of my favorite decks that I have. I have hundreds. So what is the message that Spirit has for us today? Okay, we got two cards. So we got the Eight of Cups and we got the Three of Wands. I feel like currently, because we are closing things out, the Eight of Cups is representing having to walk away. If you are currently in the space of knowing you're needing to walk away from something, definitely hone in on that at this time. There's like what looks to be a full moon back here. We just had a full moon in Gemini on Thursday, December 4th, which is helping us to come into new spaces for 2026, releasing everything no longer meant for our highest good, and basically for us to create new space for this new beginning that we're coming into. 2026 is going to be a year one, so no matter what age you are, even though it's a little unfamiliar, it's going to be, just a fresh slate for us. She's kind of sitting on the edge of this, like, I want to say an abyss, right? Looking into the unknown, kind of a little hesitant, a little, not very, willing to take this leap or to jump off of this ledge in some way, shape, or form. For me, as a reader in this particular deck, this card, the Eight of Cups, kind of reminds me a little bit of the Fool card, just because the Fool card speaks of high risk, high reward, and knowing you need to do something and knowing that, the outcome is going to work in your favor. And that's kind of what this card reminds me of. Like, you're leaving something behind, but even though you are afraid of the unknown, it's okay. Sometimes you're not supposed to know everything. Sometimes the biggest blessing or the biggest form of abundance that is going to come your way is actually meant to be a surprise. And then you have the Three of Wands here. And it's like, if you are in stagnant space and stagnant energy right now, just know, like, you have things coming your way. So you are waiting on something, And I get that maybe for some of you, it feels like if something is coming in for you, maybe it's taking its time. So now you're feeling like you have to walk away from whatever those things are that maybe you are hoping for at this point. Very carefully use your intuition, because I feel like if you are waiting for something and it hasn't come yet, it's either no longer meant for you, your timeline trajectory probably changed, and now you're moving forward into something different based on the decisions and or contracts that you recently released. For everybody, it's going to be different. But for a couple people, I feel like if you've been waiting on something up until this point and you haven't seen it, maybe walk away from it and give it a chance to kind of simmer and then come back to it. But I still feel like if you are waiting for something now this is for the majority of the collective. If you are waiting for something or some things to come in, walk away from the idea of how it's supposed to come in. Walk away and leave behind the expectation or the need for control around something that you are hoping for. Okay? It's okay to have high hopes on something, but trying to control the situation based on how you're going to receive it, allow yourself to release that. Allow yourself to get rid of the notion that, oh, this is one way that I know how to do it, so it's the only way that I can do it, because that's not true. The universe is providing something for you. However, because we're going into new spaces and things are going to be unfamiliar, this is going to be based on something that you've never experienced before. And especially for some of you in the collective that have something grand coming in, like you are in a void and a stagnant space here that is, it's prolonging itself because it's taking just a little bit longer for it to come in for you to fully understand and grasp that, wow, I'm deserving. Wow, I feel safe. Wow, I can be open to receive it. And I feel like a lot of us who are in this kind of like voidish dark space right now, because, let's be honest, we're coming out of Mercury retrograde, we're coming out of Saturn retrograde. Neptune retro goes direct on the 10th, which is also lifting the veil. It's removing the illusion. It's removing the smoke screen out of a 12-year cycle in order for us to move forward. And so now just know that that stagnant space, that dark space it's not, how do I say, keeping you from anything. It's molding you into becoming something that you're not aware of yet. And that something could be preparing you for your purpose, for your calling, whatever it is. The majority of us in the collective, we are meant to dive into something that is a part of our purpose, that is a part of the reason why we came here in the first place. Whether that's for you to be of service to the collective, whether that's for you to be, a grid worker, a light worker, and helping heal people. You could be in the Reiki, herbs, readings. You could be a psychic medium. No matter what it is, I feel like the void is helping you cultivate your gift, helping you hone in on your intuition, a little bit of vulnerability, which might be a little scary, but when you are manifesting and trying to be open to receive, that vulnerability is actually necessary. And I talk about that a lot. Everyone always talks about manifestation. Nobody talks about the amount of emotion it takes in order for you to be open to receive it. And you have to be open to receive it too. You can't just say, oh, well, it needs to come in this particular way, and that's the only way that I know. You have to release all need for expectation in order for that one thing to come in for you, because let's be honest, maybe that one thing that is meant for you, maybe that one thing that you want is not meant for you. So if you're walking away from that one thing that you've been trying to manifest for a long time, if you actually let it go and leave it alone, once you walk away from it, three things would probably replace that one thing. And that, I feel like, is a message for maybe one or two people. So just kind of be open to the opportunity, to the potential that the universe is trying to show you at this time. Because in that stagnant space, in that void, there's so much potential, and understanding that everything in the universe was created in darkness, but in order for you to come out of it, the only way out is in. So at this time, shadow work might be necessary, taking accountability might be necessary. You might have to be in this cocoon space of transformation and going through a rebirth in order for you to come to the understanding of knowing exactly what is meant for you. I'm also hearing, including understanding when, where, and how to discern between a need and a want, and knowing what's important. Because, and this was a message that actually came up for me a couple weeks ago. When an opportunity comes up, discern if it's a need or a want, but also don't keep telling yourself that the need comes first, because if it's a want and you've been wanting it for a long time, but the opportunity comes up, if it feels right, take the want, because the need is probably brewing and marinating that it's going to take time for you to get the need. So until then, allow yourself to enjoy life. And if the want is coming in and you have the opportunity to do that, go with the want before the need. However, use your own discernment. Make sure that you are following your intuition. Make sure that whatever you are deciding to do or apply action to at this time, be very careful how you do it. Only because you don't want to create another endless loop. You don't want to be stuck in another cycle for another decade. We're closing out cycles. Okay, just be mindful of that. We're closing out cycles and coming into new beginnings. So when we're coming into this new space, make sure that you are creating new habits and new patterns and new types of behavior, new types of mental capacity in order for you to move on to something new, so that you are creating consistency within that new space. Okay? I hope that message resonated with you. If it did, please comment below, like, share, follow for more. And I'm also posting my Gmail down at the bottom. So if you're interested in a personal reading, you can contact me. And I hope you guys have a good day. Bye. Mwah.